10 to 25% of women have a miscarriage. And the range is so, I think, big because depending on your age, if you're older, you can increase your chances of having a miscarriage, which you probably already know. So I want to talk today about really just having this conversation about miscarriage. So most likely, if you've had a miscarriage or if you've had several miscarriages, then when you go through something like that, it can put you at the bottom of the valley. We all know that life brings us ups and downs, right? We have the hills, we have the valleys, and everything in between. But when you go through a miscarriage, then you're at the lowest point. And a lot of times you can feel like your body has defeated you, or that you may feel yourself defeated, or that you failed, or your body's failed, right? And you feel alone because it's kind of an alone thing. Even if you have a partner, it's really, really challenging to go through. So I just want to talk a little bit about that and start the conversation today and share some pointers for you. I'm Denise Noyer-Erez, and I'm known as the Fertility Godmother. And I've been doing this work, helping women get pregnant, for over 17 years, since 2002. And pregnancy loss, recurrent pregnancy loss, and miscarriage is something I take at a whole new level, because I feel that the resources there are very limited for you, and it's something that I really want to help you with. So first of all, one thing that I think is really important for you to know is if you do go through a miscarriage and you have to have a D&C, where they remove the baby from you, I would recommend that you have it tested, because that information that you get can be incredibly helpful for you. And it's going to help us know if there was something chromosomally wrong with the baby, or if there's something going on, everything went good with the baby, and there's possibly something going on with your body where your body may need a little bit of extra support. So if you have that opportunity to have the baby tested, it can be really helpful for you down the road. Okay, so I hope that if you're watching this, it doesn't happen for you again if this has been in the past, but that's something that's really important information. There's other things, there's so many reasons why you could have a miscarriage. And I did another video a while back. You can check that out. And we'll put the link in the description to talk more about that if you'd like to. But one thing a lot of people don't talk about is how the male partner has an impact on miscarriage. It can, it takes two, right? You're getting the DNA from both. And once a woman is pregnant, we don't even think about the man's sperm anymore, because it just becomes this one unit, right? But it's actually really important to just be conscious of and to be aware of, because it's both of your DNA coming together to make a new baby, a new person. And so both partners need to be healthy. We know that if a man is over 35 and definitely over 40, that there's an increase of miscarriage just from his sperm. And the studies show that from older men being with younger women who have good egg quality. So I just want you to know, it's not always about the eggs. It's not always about that. There's a lot of different reasons why you can miscarry, and I would love to dive into that with you if you need some additional support and help on that, because I want to help you so you don't have to do this again, so that you can take this time, make a pivot, make some changes, prepare your body so that you can get pregnant and stay pregnant and have your healthy baby. So I know that once you go through a miscarriage, it is one of the lowest points of your life. And I know that you are trying so hard to find things to be grateful for, especially if you have a child already. It doesn't make it any easier. And I know there's this push-pull, this tug, right, between all those things. the thing is, okay, and I hope this doesn't sound trite, but if you can conceive, that's a huge barrier right there. Just that the sperm can penetrate the egg and fertilize and implant. That is half the equation. Okay, so that's right there is amazing. So many people can't even get to that point. So I want you to know that. The other thing is, I want you to know that just because you miscarried, even if you've had several miscarriages, that you can still absolutely get pregnant. We just need to figure out the reason behind it. So sometimes it's, picking up and start moving again. Don't get paralyzed by this. Feel your emotions, feel the grief, and then move on. You are strong. You can definitely do this. And there's so many things to look at. So there can be something going on in your uterus. Maybe your lining's not thick enough. Maybe there's a hormonal imbalance. Maybe there's obviously a genetic component. Maybe there's something else going on that in your health that you didn't, maybe you weren't eating as healthy as you should have been, or you had too much to drink, or your partner too, because as I said, this is a couple's issue. So it's really important to look at both of you. So I know that it's a challenging time, and I want to be here for you, to support you and give you strength and give you hope. And I want you to know that it's absolutely possible for you to get pregnant again. I also think it's really important for you to not only feel the emotion, but to move through the emotion, because I don't want you to get stuck. That's when more disease happens. So the one way you can do that is by just allowing yourself to be, and you can also move through it by talking with it, just with somebody. You can talk to me, you can talk to a therapist, even with your partner. Hopefully you can have that relationship, but sometimes you need to talk to somebody else. So there's the talking, but then there's also moving through. Okay, I don't want you to get stuck and waste your time. I want you to pick up, because you're strong, and with loss comes strength and power if you can choose that. Okay, I know it's not easy, but I know you can do it. And you can find out where you can make some changes. Were you taking your prenatal? Were you eating properly? Were you avoiding things that were toxic? Okay, this isn't to blame yourself. This is to learn and make some little pivots so that you can create a better environment. And maybe you need somebody to help you take a look and see what happened. What can I do? What testing can I do? I have a woman right now that, for example, she's had 3 miscarriages, and she's a young woman, and her lining is, we figured out her lining doesn't get thick enough. So we're going to be working on really trying to help her create a nice thick lining. And it takes effort. It takes herbs, it takes acupuncture, it takes nutrition, it takes supplements, right? It's not just one thing. It's a combination of things that need to happen. Sometimes it's managing stress, because stress actually, not only does it stop blood flow, but it has hormonal effects. It can impact your progesterone. So there's so many different things that can impact you. You might need some help. So don't be afraid to reach out for help, so that you can find the answers, so that next time you get pregnant, you can have that healthy baby. And I know it takes work, but I know you can do it. And I just want to wish you all the best, and I'm here for you. I'd love to link arms with you and help you if you would like some additional support and some help. But in the meantime, you can check out my other videos about miscarriage, and also make sure you dive into some of the eating habits, preconception care checklist, and and the Fertility Godmother's diet. Okay, those are going to be some great resources for you to start with. In the meantime, make it a great day, sending you love and healing thoughts, and I'll see you next time.